Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for November 25th, 26th, and 27th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. First of all, I am getting this out before Thursday, so let me wish everyone who is celebrating today a very happy Thanksgiving. Even though the world in itself may feel like it's going a little bit out of control, we still live our lives, and we have more than we think. So let's count our blessings instead of count the things we no longer have or that we don't have. Okay? But we need to keep striving, and we need to keep going forward. Anyway, you know that for the weekend I am going to be using my Bradley Valentine deck. This is Angel Tarot and my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle deck. I will pull one from my Doreen and Grant Virtue cards, Angels of Abundance, and I will pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, if this is the first time that you've been watching, you tuned in, or if you cross-watch, go down there and there will be a link, a timestamp, which bypasses this introduction. This introduction is tagged on to all of the videos. So it is the same video, but if you go to the timestamp, which follows this video, right after, it then starts the main astrological reading. Okay? Okay. So for this time, though, I am going to be using my Waite Rider traditional tarot deck, and I will pull one from my Colette Baron Reid, The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, though, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. Have some fun with it, okay? I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. Whatever the message is just comes through, and I have learned I don't have to make sense of it. You do that for me, so thank you. Take a moment to do the like, share, subscribe, and clicking on the bell for notifications. You really help me out by doing that. You help to override whatever these weird algorithms are. I have many people that say they can't, I post all the videos at the same time, or I make them live at the same time. And people will say, I can't find this one, I can't find that one, though they're in the playlist. It's just, for some reason, I think that my videos get hidden. My husband even said he couldn't find some of my videos. So if you're having problems, keep the like, but unsubscribe and then subscribe again. Okay? Do the same for the bell. Now, the planetary movement is pretty much the same. When there's not a lot of activity, it doesn't mean that things have stopped. It just means that things are more focused. So, we have Jupiter that's going direct in Pisces, though it's still that stationary direct right now. And it is the energy is very, very intense right now. We're not going to have a lot of change up until, the moon always is changing, but we're not going to have a lot of change up until maybe, I think it's the 30th. So right now for this weekend, it's just a very, a momentary type of energy, but it's still a very strong energy. It's like things aren't necessarily popping, but they're not necessarily backing down either. So let's see what we have for a universal reading with the Waite Rider Traditional Tarot. Let's see what we've got going here. Here we are. I like to do a 3-card cut. If you noticed, I had a young lady practice her henna skills on my hand. This was freestyle, so quite pretty. Here we go. And it does help if I put my glasses on, which I do not know where I put them. So let's see what we have. That's when I get in a little bit in trouble, when I can't quite read what I am presenting. I usually have that with the 7 and 8 of Pentacles, but let's see what we have. I will get them on for the other readings. Here we go. First card, and anything reversed has a strong energy. First card is, okay. So we have the Page of Swords. Now this was reversed, stronger energy. The Page Court cards, which the Page is one of them. I like to teach as we go along so you can have a better understanding also. Court cards have a dual energy. Page's underlying energy is our Earth, and that's our Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. Money, job, career energy. So the page, whenever you see the page, right now, right there, it's going to affect something to do with our Earth energy, our tangible energy. This is the Swords energy. This is the air energy. This is your thought processes, thinking ahead, making some plans. Now, the Swords or air energy is the underlying energy for the kings, okay? So just always know that. But the Page of Swords, so something's changing with our job, with our money, our career, maybe even with our homes. It seems the sword has a very fast, the sword energy is like cutting through things. It's kind of making there can be some clarity with the swords. There can be some difficulty with the Page of Swords. So it's not necessarily an easy energy, but it's a necessary energy. It needs to clear things up in order to, I am kind of getting a reset type of energy here, or I'm hearing the word reset. It's kind of getting things into a baseline almost. That's what I'm feeling with this card, okay? So we have the Page, there's these little, I can't quite see, these little flies or little birds around in the background or flies. The Page, the wind is blowing. He's not necessarily holding he's not necessarily brandishing his weapon or his sword per se. And he's not, he's kind of backing a little bit, but he's getting ready. I kind of feel like a baseball player here. He's getting ready to make the swing. So that's what we have with that one. And okay, so on to our next. Here we go. This is the Four of Cups. So now this is reversed again. So 4 has a stability to it. It also has a leadership, and it has a, stability, leadership, organizational energy to it. The Cup energy is our water energy. It is our Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. We are now in Sagittarius energy. We are now in fire energy, but we have left our Scorpio. So that's still a little bit there, but not really strong. The strong one right now is that Pisces, we have Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, and we also have Jupiter just kind of sitting there watching us in Pisces also. Pisces has a lot of mystery. Pisces delves deep into the psyche. Pisces looks at what it is, our deepest wishes and wants, along with that Neptune, and Jupiter wants to grant some of that. However, with the Four of Cups, you can take a look. He's looking, this person's looking down at the 3 cups, kind of not necessarily with satisfaction, not necessarily really liking it. There is a divine energy. Here's a little cloud coming with a cup saying, hey, look at me, look at me. I liken the Four of Cups to kind of that in between, that not necessarily happy times, but not necessarily bad. It's just this, this things have to change. Things are changing, but I'm not ready for the change. So there is this change energy here, but it has a lot of in between. Now, all this person has to do is just look over, and there could be an option or an opportunity for him, or he just may not be ready for it. He wants to cling to the past, even though that is not necessarily satisfying to him anymore. So let's go on. Our next card. Here we go. This is reversed again. So everything was reversed. And this is a major arcana. This is a 6. 6 is the number of man, the energies you put into something. This is the lover energy. This is always a little bit different. Sometimes the lover energy can be, that there is love coming. But the lover energy is a little bit on the odd side many times over, at least when I'm reading it. It is about relationships. There can be some miscommunication with some relationships. Maybe this relationship is kind of in an in-between stage. It needs to grow. It needs to move. It needs to accept the opportunities. It needs to let go of that past. Maybe there's some challenges in this relationship, challenges that have to be overcome. So this could be, this is a relationship type of energy. It is major arcana. It is how much energy you put into the relationship. Now, this could, again, this is a universal reading, so it's not necessarily personal, but it's always, it can be a little bit personal. How much are you giving into whatever this relationship is. What are you trying to get out of this relationship? So, and again, are you looking for the opportunities? Are you kind of staying in that past? Are you just kind of being stubborn yourself? So interesting energies with that one. Okay, so the weekend, again, challenges, job, money, home, still kind of happening. Are you ready for them? Are you ready for these challenges? Again, kind of this in-between stage. Now, the cup energy, this cup energy has come up quite a bit in the last couple of months. It's kind of like we're waiting. But then when the opportunity's there, we're not ready to grab onto it, but we're not ready to let go. And there's all about the relationship energy here. Now, the other thing about here is we have the man looking at the woman looking up at the divine, and the divine kind of spreading himself or herself very equally, okay? But there is the sun shining, so there is always possibilities. There's always healing with the lovers, the possibilities of healing, the possibilities of relationships growing too. Okay, let's see what we've got here now with our Colette Baron read. The only energy we did not talk about is the fire energy, which is our Aries, our Leo, and our Sagittarius. Sagittarius we are now in. It is passionate, burning, determined. It's fire energy. It is like, what do you do with fire? You might try to contain it. But it can also burn. It can also keep you warm. So there's good and bad with all the energies, all the signs. But the fire energy can be very consuming. Okay, but we do not have that here. Let's see what we've got with Colette Baron Reed. And here we are. And here's the page of fire. So the page again. So I told you, the page, underlying energy is our earth energy. Fire is our Aries, our Leo, Sagittarius energy. The fire energy is also the underlying energy of the night. And the cup energy is the underlying energy of the queen. So, that's, like I said, they all have underlying energies. But this is the page of fire. This is something to get you moving. This is something to get you passionate about. The fire energy is something that makes you want to make some changes, makes you want to get, like I said, it gets you. It's a passionate energy. It's something like, so there might be some challenges. You might not necessarily be, you might not be ready for the changes. You might want to cling to the past instead of going to the future. There is this healing energy, possible healing energy should you choose it with relationships. But at the same time, the page of fire makes you pop, makes you run, makes you go after it. So this could actually be what stimulates the cup energy to look over and say, I want some changes. Okay? So interesting energy here for everybody for this weekend. We will see what we will see. Please comment and let me know what you thought. What did you read into this? But as always, too, remember the like, share, subscribe, click on the bell. It really helps me. You really help me, and I appreciate your support, and I am thankful for your support. Happy Thanksgiving should you celebrate. Hello, my Virgos. Interesting energies for this week. Let's keep our vibrations very high. Let's think about all the things we can be thankful for, and that helps us to keep those vibrations high. And it's always about pulling towards us. It's always about, and I did this more because this card keeps coming up for Taurus. Maybe, I don't know that it's come up for you, but it's attraction versus chasing. So let's attract. Let's pull it towards us. Okay? Pull all those good vibes. Don't hide from them, my Virgos. So let's see. Higher power. What do we want to tell our Virgos for this weekend? What do they need to know? 1, 2, and 3. These two are reversed. So let's see. First card is the 5 of Earth. Okay, so 5 has some change energy to it. Earth is your energy, money, job, career. It's Capricorn and Taurus. Usually when the 5 of Earth comes up, there's a little bit of worry about some changes. It could be some job changes. It could be some money changes. There's just this little bit of anxiety. There's this little bit of what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to connect with higher power. I mean, many times, and believe it or not, I mean, I know when you get through a lot of this, you can look back and see the positive energies. But, I've had many times where I'm like, I don't know where the money's going to come. And that's when I got down on my knees and said, someone's got to help me with this. So this is about fears surrounding money. This is the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So interesting with that. There's worries about money, worry about job changes, worry, 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 worry. But again, too, this is something that we get through and, we look back on and say, I don't know how, but, again, this is, but for the grace of God, I don't know how I even got through this time. So the next card is reversed unity. So we have that 5 energy again. So, and so change, positive, negative. Unity, this is the Hierophant energy. This is the government energy, the religious energy. This is the business of religion, the business of government. This is the rules, the regulations, the things that keep you from possibly reaching out and stretching, the things that keep you from obtaining your fulfillment. So there's a lot of constriction energy with this right now for you. So the energy itself, but don't worry about that so much. It's a hard place to be in. It's not an easy time to be in, but it's one of these times that we get through, and right around the corner is that breakout moment, okay? So Archangel Sandalphon, believed to have been Elijah in the Old Testament. So traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors or like-minded friends. So there's this change. Things are changing. It's not always comfortable. It doesn't feel good. Rules and regulations are put into place, or they're being, they're just kind of, it just feels very constricted energy right now for my Virgos. But like I said, it's one of those things that helps you to move forward and helps you to actually break free. Okay? So your last card here, reversed, is the 3 of Water. So whatever's going on here, the 3 of Water comes around, and 3 is celebration, creativity, power of 3. Water is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Remember that beautiful Jupiter is just sitting right there shining down. So whatever's going on here, it's going to make you make some changes. You're not going to like these rules and regulations. You're not going to like, it makes you feel like you don't have your choices. And so this brings about choice. This makes you take action. This makes you, just kind of say, I'm not sure that I like it this way, so I'm going to look for other ways. So this could be one of those times where if you're in a job that you don't necessarily like, you start sending out your resume. Again, remember, don't quit a job unless you have a job. I'm not saying, but it does spark your interest. It does spark you to move. The 3 of Water is all about celebration. So it is like this breakout time. It is about things will happen that, all of this energy, it forces you, it makes you say, I don't like where I'm at, I want more. So a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. The need to have more fun. So whatever this 5-5 is, this 3 says it's, like I said, it pushes you. This energy pushes you to look for more opportunity. It pushes you to not accept the status quo. It pushes you to move into a better place. You may not have wanted to. The timing may not have felt right, but it pushes you. Maybe ahead of your plans, but it pushes you. Okay, let's see what we've got here. This one popped. Okay, so here we are, 9, suffering in silence, holding it all in, not letting anyone share this pain with you. Kind of like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? But you're keeping this moving. You don't necessarily see, you're not necessarily seeing the positive. Maybe you're not even seeing that the sun is going to start shining for you and that the sun is shining. The 9 says you've got everything you need. So you have everything you need. You may not like it, but you've got, but it pushes you outside of your comfort zone. It pushes you to make some changes. So this is a weekend of change for you. You may not necessarily like the change. You know, you might feel like they're the ones, whoever they be, that they're making these changes, and it's you taking back some power. It's you taking back some control of your own life. And that Three of Water is just, that's the delightful energy. Doesn't feel good, but it does make you make some changes, my Virgos. Anyway, let's see. Angels of Abundance. Angels of Abundance. Let's see. What do you have for my Virgos? What do you have for my Virgos here? So this weekend's energies are going to push you to make some changes. And the changes will actually work out well for you. You may not see it as that, but they will. Okay, let's see what we've got here. The power of prayer. And I know this very, very much so. Give this situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. So you will never know how strong prayer is. I have seen it. I have lived it. So the power of prayer. This weekend's going to push you to be different. It might even push you, my Virgos, you are very spiritual. It may push you to your knees. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate, because that, even though this is uncomfortable, this, and this is what's awaiting. Celebration, power of prayer, miracles. So you're going to be pushed this weekend. So don't just kind of like, okay. And it pushed to make some changes, pushed to be more, not comfortable, but it does work out. It does come to a better conclusion than you might have thought. Anyway, let's see what we've got here. What crystal or energy would be helpful for my Virgos? Here we are. This one is reversed again. Emerald, unconditional love, beauty, recovery, healing past lives. So, again, my Virgos, it may not be a comfortable weekend. You might just feel like you're, but that unity, I'm always pushing those boundaries too. So it's going to make you push. It's going to push you to the boundaries. But something is out there waiting that's much, much better. Okay? Okay. So, my Virgos, take a moment, please, to do the like, share, subscribe, and the clicking on the bell for notifications. That really, really helps. As always, my Virgos, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.